Dementia is really hard for people because they don't understand what's happening and why it's happening.
It's hard sometimes because you do look for those answers. You're trying to find why and stuff. And then on a bad day, it's really difficult, because you know this person, you married this person, and it changes, On those days when it really hits home and you really see the struggle and you can't help, it's just hard. It's hard knowing that at some point what I do is not gonna be enough. And when my mind goes down those roads, those are hard days.
Being at a church that wants to get people involved and wants to get the word out, that's very encouraging to me, just to know there's a support system.
It's been really incredible because I think back when we first had the dementia class, the dementia dialogues class that Jean brought in. I had no idea, and just happened to see a flyer on the receptionist's desk, and I was like, wow, what is this? And she was explaining that Jean had brought this in, and went to that class. And the first day sat down at the table and these women are sharing, and I just felt like I don't have to explain. Like, I don't have to get into the details and explain what Rick's going through. These people just get it. And that is such a peace, that there's other people that are going through it and are seeing what God's doing. Some are struggling, some are angrier than others, but we're all in it together. And just that sharing and that support, and then coming together in our faith just makes it even more important, because we're not just random strangers getting together. We go to church here. We have a faith we share. I don't have to say this is hard, but I have faith. We get it, and for the church to have that and just to have that laid out for us is huge. Having a group that does get that we can be a part of, where we can go a little deeper and we can share a little more and it not be unusual or a burden, is really important. I know at first we really didn't want to talk to people about it, because we'd see people who had a diagnosis of dementia and they were so much worse off, or their struggle was bigger, and we were always hesitant, to really reach out and, ask for help. I'm not one that is good at that. I want to fix it. I want to figure it out. I want to find all the answers, but this is just something you can't. If you're a caregiver and you're not getting support and you're not getting information and you're not reaching out to other people, you're not very effective at caring for the person you love. That can turn into anger or depression or frustration, and it makes you a lot less able to love.
Something I've always hung on to throughout my whole Christian walk is the fact that God said that He would never leave us or forsake us. And I believe that's the case. And I believe no matter how bad I get or the memories I lose, I know that God will still be there and that He will love me.
God's always providing and always there and always making a way. So it helps you kind of pull yourself back and get back on your feet and, okay, God, this is a day that I just have to trust in you, that you know what you're doing and you've got a plan and you've brought us here, and, you're going to do everything you can to get us through it.